Today we are going to discuss about the uh, some topics of the anthropology, and that topic is meaning, scope, development, and so this let's start with the definition of anthropology. So here we can see that three definitions have been given, and the first one is the study of human being, and second definition is the anthropology is the study of man and his works, and the third definition is the study of man in time and space. So let's see how these definitions have been derived and how these are helpful to understand the anthropology. So let's begin with the first one, and the first one is the study of human being, and the word anthropology derived from the two Greek words, that is anthropos and logos. So anthropos stands for the mankind or the human being, and the logos stands for the study or the science. So we can say that anthropology is the study of human being or the science of mankind. But here we are not clear about what to study about man. So let's come to the second definition, and that is the study of man and his works. So this definition has been given by the Herskovits, and according to him, anthropology is the holistic science of man. It means that holistic science. It studies man from the social, cultural, economic, biological, and the political point of view. So we can say that the human works have been defined by the holistic science or the holistic perspective of the man, and that is a social, cultural, economic, biological, and political point of view. But this definition is lacking something about the time and the location, that about which time we just want to study about the man, and from where we just want to study about the man. So coming to the third definition, and that is the study of man in time and space. Here time is defined by the uh, uh, present human to the present human as well as the past human. It includes from emergence to present, and space defines basically the all over the world. So we can say that study of man in time means it including all the human being from the ancestors to present human being, and in all over the world. So this is the basically third definition, and finally we can come to the conclusion that anthropology as a science of human being and its a holistic approach in time and space across the world. So basically anthropology is used to study human being from all the perspective of the human life, that is the social life, cultural life, economical life, political life, and the biological life. So this one is all about the anthropology. So coming to the emergence of the anthropology. So basically anthropology started with the narrative of the human culture and the society, and it can be traced back to the 5th century BC with the writing of the Herodotus. And basically he traveled around the Greek colonies of the Mediterranean and the North Africa. He displayed as much interest in the customs of the Egyptians, Libyans, Syrians, and the others. And the second one, basically, these all people, Herodotus, Vasco da Gama, and Columbus, are the travelers, and they have given some accounts on the culture of the people. So, second one is the Vasco da Gama, and Vasco da Gama provided some descriptions of the cultures and societies of the Africans and the Indians, and Columbus discussed the culture and the societal diversity of the American Red Indians. So basically, we can say that these were the travelers who gave some account of the culture and the society of the different people of the different place. And so the first theory in the anthropology was propounded by the H.L. Morgan, Henry Louis Morgan, and this theory was the theory of evolution, and this was the based on these travels account. He didn't do any field work to this theory. Now coming to the benefit of the anthropology, how anthropology get beneficial for the people and how it was useful. So let's begin with the colonialism, missionaries and traders. Basically, anthropology in starting, it was a tool to expand the colony rule, to expand the mm, religion like Christianity and traders to expand their trade. So in India, anthropological work began with the works of the missionaries and the government officials, and it was basically a tool to expand the colonial rule, means to communicate with the common people. And as we can say that there was a administrative strategy and territorial expansion for the region. So coming to the mercenaries, there was a religious goal. They want to expand the Christianity and they want to know the language and the cultural values of the people where they want to spread the Christianity. And for the traders, it was basically the economic interest, and they just want to um, know about the people, that what kind of demand is there in that society. So this one was all the reason for the emergence of the anthropology. Now coming to the scope that where anthropology is being used, what is the application of anthropology? So we can say that here two type of the scope we can see here. That one is the first one is the objective, and that includes the holistic study, and this is used to do the holistic study of the human being. And the second way is the applied anthropology and the action anthropology, where anthropology is being used. And second way is the comparative method, which is used to compare the tribal and the non-tribal society. So let's come to the holistic study of the human being, how anthropology is being used to do holistic study. So first one is the biological aspect. Basically, holistic study is the all-round study of the human being, and this includes the areas of the biological aspect, social aspect, cultural aspect, economical aspect, and the political aspect. So basically, biological aspect includes evolution, primate order, fossil man, genetics, race, and breeding. These all things are studied by the anthropologist. And now coming to the social aspect it studies about the human society, and this can be studied by the kinship, marriage, family, association, and group. Cultural aspect, that every society has a different culture, and this includes the culture, civilization, taboo, totem, and the magic. And economical aspect, so here we study economical aspect of the human being from the non-economical perspective, and this is basically the socio-cultural perspective. The socio-cultural perspective includes the kinship and the supernatural, because in tribal society there are harsh environment, because tribals used to live on the hills or they live into the forest. And because of the cooperation, this cooperation has been done by the kinship. And there is supernatural who conduct the economic activity. That's why there is subsistence economy, and the subsistence economy means whatever people are producing they consume, and so there is no extra productivity, and there is no need of any market or any kind of system. So political aspect, this is also the same like the non-political point of view, and we are studying it from the socio-cultural perspective, and they manage their all system with kinship based. And kinship based, the decision is taken by the elders of the family in presence of the supernatural, and that is the cultural perspective. So basically, what is the applied anthropology and the action anthropology? So applied anthropology is basically used in the modern society to help administration in policy making. Because if government want to make any policy for the tribal society, they don't know anything about the uh, culture or the society or the rituals of the tribals. So they need the anthropology to make the policy according to their culture. And the second one is the action anthropology, that is the self implementation of the self made policy. So basically, anthropologists make their own policy and they implement by their own behalf. So we can now coming to the comparative method, and as we already told you that comparison is between the tribal and the non-tribal society, but focus of the anthropology on the tribal society. So here we compare the tribal society with the modern society, tribal culture with the modern culture, political life with the modern life, modern political life, economical life, and the biological life of the tribal and the non-tribal. So in this way, we will study the people of tribal society, and we get some information by using anthropology. This is all about, we have studied about the anthropology, and today we covered the topic, the definition of anthropology, emergence of anthropology, and the scope of anthropology.